What is going on, guys? JD from New York here. Thank you so much for stopping by the channel this morning. It is Saturday, December 16, 2017, and this right here is the #1 professional wrestling podcast right here on YouTube.com for everything WWE. This is Off the Script, and this weekend we are continuing our celebration of 200 episodes of this very podcast. And this Saturday, today, we're going to be talking about Clash of Champions. We're going to go over the entire card. One of the worst pay-per-views that I'm sure WWE will put on this year. I feel no excitement about anything on this show. We're going to go over all that, plus all the major storylines going into tonight's show. Plus, I'm going to give you my predictions and what I think will happen and what I think should happen tonight, not tonight, but Sunday for Clash of Champions. Tonight, speaking of tonight I will be in Queens. I will be in Queens, New York. I will be at the NYC Arena. I will be doing commentary with my broadcast partner. Wouldn't want to work with anybody else because he's a quick-witted son of a gun. Matthew Ryan Shapiro. We are going to be celebrating House of Glory's 7-year anniversary tonight with a main event that is absolutely a dream match for anybody who is a fan of professional wrestling, man. The Amazing Red will be defending the House of Glory World Championship against Evolve World Champion Zack Sabre Jr., the technical wizard Zack Sabre Jr., man. It's going to be an unbelievable night. We got 8 other matches on the show. 2 other title matches, a women's match between Sonya Strong and Su Yung. It is going to be great. Plus, Ric Flair is going to be there in the middle of the ring. It's going to be unbelievable, man. Tickets are still available. If you are in the New York area and you want to spend your Saturday night, it's going to be fucking freezing outside. There's not going to be much to do. But if you want to keep warm and be entertained for almost 4 hours tonight, make sure you guys come out to the NYC Arena. Club Azura. It's going to be unbelievable tonight, and House of Glory is going to kick ass like they always do. This is their biggest show of the year. HOGWrestling.net is the website to go if you guys want to go purchase tickets. Limited tickets are still available. We are expecting a full house. Last year was my first year with House of Glory. I started in December, and this is my 1-year anniversary with the company. And last year during HOG 6, the 60th anniversary show, we had an unbelievable main event of the Broken Hardys, the Dudleys, LAX, and Private Party in the main event of a Fatal 4-Way Tag Team Championship title match. Unbelievable, man. I'm expecting this one to be bigger than last year. We had almost 2,000 plus at last year's show. I am expecting a similar turnout tonight for House of Glory, man. So if you're in the New York City area and you want to do something tonight and you're a fan of professional wrestling, I urge you to come on down. I will be roaming around. I'll be there with my girlfriend. We'll be having a good time. It's going to be good, man. I do accept Guinness. If you guys want to chit-chat, I do accept Guinness payments. I usually just throw that out there, man. But if you guys want to buy me a drink, I am not going to be opposed at all. So I'll be there. Let's have a good time. And I hope to see you guys come out to House of Glory. And I always am excited for these shows, man, because I absolutely love sitting ringside doing commentary. Always a good time. I want to thank everybody for the beautiful words, man. I read everything. I had an opportunity to reply to a few people, and just looking at all the beautiful words and the kind words and the beautiful sentiments you guys sent. I had a few people send emails to me. I read them last night before I closed my eyes to go to sleep after a long day. We'll be doing some of those readings tomorrow to celebrate or continue to celebrate Off the Script 200. I'll be doing some subscriber stories. I got one from Falco. I got one from my buddy Shug. I got one from I believe someone on Twitter sent me one. I have to go back and double check. But you guys were sending all over the place, man. You guys were emailing me, DMing me. You guys were just all over the place. I read everything, and I really appreciate the words you guys left for me, man. It's such a beautiful thing, and I'm not afraid to open up to you guys and be real and transparent with you guys. There are things that I have going on in my life that I'd love to tell everybody, but I won't, just for the sake of saving me the headache. But last night, reading everything just made me realize how this show is very important, not only to me, but to you guys, man. I honestly still can't believe when I read the comments that you guys leave me how this show affects so many people. And what I do from a small little basement apartment here in the Bronx. And, you know, I sit here week in and week out just talking wrestling, how that affects people, man. I'm still blown away by that aspect. And I never really imagined me and my words and my attitude and my delivery and my presentation would be something that brightens someone's day. And that is more humbling, and that is more to me, that means more to me than literally everything that you guys do for me, man. You guys send me boxes of surprise care packages. You guys send me Funko Pops. You guys donate. You guys Patreon. You know, it means more than all that. And I am eternally grateful, and I can't wait for this show to be on an even bigger platform, man. 2018, you thought I went hard in 2017, man. 2017 had so many speed bumps. It wasn't even funny, man. So many speed bumps. So many moments where I was just taken out of my element and I didn't even want to work. Some days I didn't even want to sit here. 2018, you thought I went hard at times in 2017. 2018, I'm going even harder, man. I'm going to fucking enhance my commentary for House of Glory. I'm going to get even better. You know? The kind words you guys tell me about my commentary. That means so much to me. Because I work so hard and the passion that I put in is there. Anybody, a non-wrestling fan can hear it. You know? 2018, I'm making this presentation even bigger, you know? My live streaming, my whole live streaming thing on Twitch, going to be even bigger, man. I'm going to be doing it more often. I'm going to get Sal Rex. I'm going to hit him up in a little bit to get me some new layouts for Twitch. Mike Will's going to keep doing my pay-per-views and Raw and SmackDown. He's the reason why my show looks so good each and every week. Shout out to Mike, you know? I'm just going to take it to a whole nother level, man. I'm going to try and get approved by Spotify. I'm going to get off the script on Spotify. So everything that you hear, if you guys rather listen on the go and you don't want to watch, I'm going to try and get it approved by Spotify. You know, not many people have been able to do so, but I'm going to try. We got the numbers to back it up, so I'm definitely going to try, man. We're on iTunes. You know, Podbean. We're always top trending on Podbean every single week. So we're going to take it to that next level, man. My ultimate goal, you guys know, I've said this a few times, my ultimate goal is Sirius XM. I want maybe a weekly show or a daily show, you know. I want to be that Sam Roberts. I want to be that Taz, you know, talking wrestling every day. I want to go into the city and fucking sit down in my nice Sirius XM booth and just talk wrestling with you guys, take phone calls. That's my ultimate goal here, you know. I'm not stopping with YouTube. My ultimate goal is to take what I do at House of Glory and expand that even bigger, man. Maybe a job with Ring of Honor. Maybe a job with some other independent promotion. NXT. You know? My dreams and aspirations are up there, man. There's no ceiling. And that's what I'm working for. So I want to thank each and every one of you guys for making me feel more important than I deserve to be. It's all thanks to you guys, man. We're going to continue celebrating Off the Script 200. So thank you to everybody who sent those beautiful words, thank yous, and, you know, all the emails that I've seen. Thank you guys so much, man. It means the world to me. It means more to me than you will ever know, man. So thank you guys so much. I do want to shout out Audible, man. Audible is definitely continuing to sponsor the podcast. They've been on all year. They're going to continue to be on all 2018. If you guys are new, which I know I have a lot of new people, man, you guys want something for free, you guys want to celebrate Off the Script 200, I'm going to give you guys one free audiobook of your choice. All you have to do is download the Audible app. It's free to download, whether you got Google or iPhone devices, man. Download the Audible app. Go to audibletrial.com/offthescript. You're going to get 1 month free of Audible service. That means you got the entire website free for 30 days. Plus, they're going to give you one free audiobook of your choice just for signing up, man. And that's my thank you to you for listening to Off the Script each and every single weekend, man. So audibletrial.com/offthescript. Go through the sign-up process. Choose your one free audiobook. And before the 30 days, if you guys think that Audible is not for you, you guys can get to cancel the service at any time. You're not going to be billed. This is completely free. It's a great way to support the show. So make sure you guys do that, man. A lot of good audio content out there right now. Jim Ross with his new Slobber Knocker book. AJ Lee with her Crazy is My Superpower book. You got Dusty Rhodes. You guys got ECW, the death of WCW, Bob Holly. You name it, it's on there. Shawn Michaels, Daniel Bryan, Brock Lesnar, Hulk Hogan, Bret Hart, Ric Flair, Roddy Piper. It's all on there, man. So if you guys want any of that stuff, even non-wrestling related stuff, you guys got over 180,000 choices to choose from. audibletrial.com/offthescript. Let's get those numbers up. We got 1 month to go. Actually, half a month to go. It's already the middle of December. Next week is going to be Christmas. So let's make a nice hard push for the last 2 weeks of December going on into the new year, man. audibletrial.com/offthescript. I want to shout out my buddies over at Wrestle Rumble, my buddy Matt over at WrestleRumble.com. WrestleRumble.com is indeed having a Clash of Champions. I just want to say Clash of the Champions. I don't know why the is not in the title of the pay-per-view, man. It's just something that I'm just so used to saying. Clash of Champions pay-per-view. They have a pick'em contest that is now open this weekend, man. This pay-per-view, I'm telling you right now, will suck major cock. There's nothing on this pay-per-view that is even remotely interesting at all. It's a very predictable pay-per-view from what I can see. And I know a lot of people are just going to tune in and maybe keep it as background noise. But if you want to make the pay-per-view a little bit more interesting, man, I will say this. Wrestle Rumble is your answer. WrestleRumble.com. You're going to go there. You're going to look at the prize list. You're going to determine whether you want to enter this thing or not. I say yes. Now, the official rules. It's a point system contest. They're going to email you a bunch of questions. The more answers that you get that are correct, the more points you're going to get. The one person with the most points at the end of this contest is going to be crowned the Wrestle Rumble champion for Clash of Champions. How to enter? You buy your entries, man. 1 entry is $10. 3 entries is $20. And 5 entries is $30. Now, I am no mathematician, but I know that $30 5 entry buy-in is the good deal because 1 entry is $10. So it's like you're getting 2 entries for free. So make sure you guys go and do that, man. First prize is $500 plus. Listen to this. You're going to get a Winged Eagle replica championship belt. And we all know that is the prettiest world title in the history of the wrestling business. Speaking of world titles, man, I don't have a picture of it, but did you see that new Ring of Honor World Championship? Holy shit. Does that shit look fucking fantastic, man. My God, WWE's got to take some notes on how to deliver a world championship. Speaking of Final Battle, I wanted to watch it last night, but I had to do some things, and I missed it. If I can catch the replay somewhere, not making any guarantees, not making any promises, I will cover it. I will do a review of Ring of Honor Final Battle right here on my channel. Let me know what you guys want to see. Would you be interested in seeing me talk about Ring of Honor Final Battle? And I know Cody Rhodes lost the Ring of Honor World title last night to Dalton Castle because the first thing I seen when I signed into my Twitter this morning was Dalton Castle as the new Ring of Honor World Champion. So let me know if you guys want to see that. Second prize is $100 and a crate from my friends over at WrestleCrate.com. Coupon code JD sent me if you guys want to go check them out. Third prize is $100. Fourth place is a free entry into the Royal Rumble Pick'em, which is the toughest pick'em of the year. Fifth place is a Royal Rumble Pick'em as well. And you're also going to get MVP points. If you get first through fifth, you're going to get 50 points and so on down. WrestleRumble.com for your Clash of Champions Pick'em, man. So make sure you go in there and kick some ass. Use the hashtag #OffTheScript. Tweet them on Twitter. They are easy to find on Twitter. So do that. And thank you guys so much for supporting the people who support Off the Script. This is going to be a relatively short show, man. I don't want to sit here, and I'm going to be brutally honest with you. Normally when I do these prediction shows, I usually sit here for an hour plus, and I go over literally everything about the card and the storylines and how we got there. Today, I really don't want to be here for over an hour. I don't want to sit here and talk about Clash of Champions for an hour. I don't think you guys want to hear me talk for an hour about a meaningless and worthless pay-per-view because I'd rather get myself ready for House of Glory. I still got to iron my shirt. I got to iron my slacks. I got to shine my shoes. And I got to work on my notes for the show because I have to always come prepared. But I don't want to sit here and talk about Clash of Champions, man. This is a very, very predictable pay-per-view. A pay-per-view that WWE seemingly just didn't give a shit about the way that they booked it and structured it. That is clear. So we're going to go over the card quickly. We're going to go over what I think is going to happen, what I think should happen, and I'm going to go over some news and notes on certain superstars heading into Clash of Champions. Sounds good? Yeah, I know. Let's start off with the pre-show match. Zack Ryder versus Mojo Rawley. That is on the pre-show. These two, obviously you guys know we're in the Hype Bros. Zack Ryder, to me, has more upside than Mojo Rawley. I was never a fan of Mojo Rawley. Mojo Rawley, right, he won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. He eliminated former WWE champion Jinder Mahal, a.k.a. Bane, a.k.a. fucking Nemesis from Resident Evil. But before that, he was in the Hype Bros with Zack Ryder. They were a comparable tag team. They were a different tag team, and they had a nice chemistry together. They were in NXT for a little bit. They got promoted to the main roster. They were on their way to being number one contenders for the tag team championships until an unfortunate injury to Zack Ryder kept him out for 6 to 7 months, and Zack Ryder was out of action. Mojo Rawley had to operate on his own. WWE seemingly tried to push him, and it went nowhere. Why did it go nowhere? Because Mojo Rawley is not someone I want to see. Mojo Rawley really doesn't have any charisma or any... Actually, he does have some charisma. He doesn't have any character, is what I meant to say. Mojo Rawley's ceiling as a WWE superstar is very small. So they pushed him, and they gave him the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Everything was a go for his singles push. But WWE proved again, time and time again, every single year, that the winner of the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, or the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal in general, just doesn't mean shit. It doesn't mean shit. So why even have an Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal? Why build it up and why hype it up during WrestleMania when the winner ultimately goes nowhere during the year? And that's what happened to Mojo Rawley. That's what happened to Baron Corbin. That's what happened to Cesaro when he won it. Nobody winning this thing went anywhere. They went somewhere. They went anywhere in WWE without the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. Cesaro is one of the best in the business. He's a tag team champion with Sheamus on Monday Night Raw with the Bar. Baron Corbin, finally, he was on his way to being a WWE champion until they stripped him of the briefcase, won Money in the Bank. Now he's the United States champion. But nobody ever touts that he won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal or he got to where he is today because of the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. It's just it's a time filler on WrestleMania. It's nothing but a Titus catering get-together. That's all it is. And I mean that wholeheartedly. So Zack Ryder comes back, and he wants to pick the pieces up right where they left off. He wants to get the Hype Bros back together. Meanwhile, Mojo is very hesitant. He's very reluctant about doing anything. So they get back together, and they lose. After consecutive losses, Mojo Rawley had enough, and he just attacks. He beats down Zack Ryder after 2 weeks straight of losing to the Bludgeon Brothers. So Mojo Rawley split from Zack Ryder. Mojo Rawley turned heel. Zack Ryder's going to be the one to be the babyface. I thought it was going to be the other way around. I thought Zack Ryder, the way he was acting and the way his attitude was, he was not being Zack Ryder that we know and love. He wasn't being Long Island IZ. So I thought he was going to turn heel. And I thought he would actually play the heel role better than Mojo Rawley. But they did it and kept it the way they had it. Zack Ryder's a face, and Mojo, they took a chance on turning heel. Now, I don't see how this is going to work, to be honest with you. Where do they go from here? WWE is not going to push Zack Ryder. You know, Zack Ryder's seen his day. His stock is not ever going to be as high as it was when he was United States champion at all. They gave him a token Intercontinental Championship win a couple of years back at WrestleMania. That went nowhere because he lost it the next night to The Miz. So that went nowhere. But do you see WWE doing anything with Zack Ryder as a babyface? No. Zack Ryder's role is that of a Dolph Ziggler, but not at that level. He is a good hand that's going to be used to get talent over. Simple as that. He's not going to go anywhere. He's not going to challenge for any mid-card title. He's going to be that enhancement guy, that known enhancement guy. Mojo Rawley, even as a heel, his ceiling is very low. And he will go nowhere either. I don't see him doing anything. I see him maybe in the WWE for another year, 2 years tops, and then he's gone. The guy has absolutely no drawing power. The guy has absolutely nothing that makes you say, I want to see more of Mojo Rawley. Nothing. He's there, and he's going to be a handyman, a helping hand to get other talent over. Simple as that. So I don't know why they broke these guys away. They are weaker together. They are more potent and more stronger as a unit. So I don't understand why WWE broke these guys up. It's just another thing that WWE did this year that makes you scratch your head. And another tag team that you can say RIP to. When, in fact, WWE needs tag teams. I don't get it. So, how this works is beyond me. It's not like they broke up the Rockers, right? It's not like you're going to find a Shawn Michaels in here between these two guys. I understand if you're going to break a team up and you're going to find the next big thing in this business, he's going to go on to carry the flag for the company for the next 15 years. Neither one of these guys is that. So why make your roster weaker when in fact you can make your roster stronger and your tag division stronger by keeping these guys together? That's what I don't understand. Where do these guys go from here? Nowhere. Mojo Rawley is going to get the win. Why? Because he's the one who turned heel. Why? Because he's the one who initiated the breakup. Zack Ryder, he's going to continue to be that helping hand, that handyman that's not going to go anywhere from where he is now. Mojo Rawley is going to get the win on the pre-show, and I'm sure none of you will even care that Mojo wins the match tonight. Breezango. This is what they added on the go-home show for this pay-per-view. Trash of Champions. Breezango, Fandango, and Tyler Breeze versus the Bludgeon Brothers, Harper and Rowan. The Bludgeon Brothers have been one of the highlights of SmackDown Live ever since they debuted. Harper and Rowan have been wasted the majority of the year. Harper went from challenging possibly for the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. They took him out of that equation. He had nothing to do with WrestleMania whatsoever. And he was off TV for the entire span of April, all the way up until, I'd say, about a month ago. That's a long time to be sitting in catering, man. I'm assuming Harper filled up nicely on Titus's fried chicken and mashed potatoes. Rowan is even worse. Rowan had absolutely nothing to do all year. The guy was absolutely a lost cause. WWE repackaged them. I'm glad that they kept them together because they are a dominating duo and they look great together. WWE repackaged these guys as the Bludgeon Brothers. Everybody thought this was an Ascension ripoff. Everybody thought this was another cheesy gimmick for a tag team that would fail, that WWE would get behind for about a month and then all of a sudden just forget about it. But these guys have proved that they belong, number one. Number two, the gimmick isn't really that bad. Number three, they are believable in their role. And they could add a lot to the tag team division. WWE, all across Raw and SmackDown, but, you know, I don't really give a shit that it's on SmackDown as long as we're seeing it on television. We need a team that is dominating like the Bludgeon Brothers. We don't have that. We don't have that monster team that everybody cowers in fear from. And they do have some old school feel to them. Their theme is really good. Their theme is really catchy. It fits the whole mold of what the Bludgeon Brothers are. Their entrance is really, really nice, man. The shadowy silhouettes walking together, meeting face to face, and then they come towards the camera. It's very gothic. It's very eerie. It fits the whole gimmick. And I like the hammers. I really do. I think it adds a nice little touch to what the whole gimmick really is. And on top of that, Luke Harper is one of the most underutilized talents in the entire company. Eric Rowan is better when they're with Luke Harper. So I'm glad WWE found a reason to put these two guys back together, because I'm enjoying what they've been doing. Breezango, on the other hand, after 3 weeks of the Fashion Files, that series and that skit started to go downhill. Fandango is, again, one of the more underutilized talents on the roster. The guy can wrestle. I want to see him wrestle. At least mix in some in-ring action with the comedic skits. Same thing with Tyler Breeze. Tyler Breeze may be one of the best in-ring performers in the entire company, and he's been suppressed to doing cheesy skits. Finally, we're going to see them wrestle, you know? But in the end, I don't see them doing anything in this match. I don't see them being a team that's going to beat the Bludgeon Brothers. Why would you ever beat the Bludgeon Brothers after presenting these guys as a dominating force already? That's just dismantled every team that's been in front of them, whether they're enhancement talent or not. What's the difference between Breezango and the Hype Bros? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. The only difference is one team's been on television more than the other. Breezango is going to fall. I'm not sure if it's going to be as quick as the Hype Bros. I think they might put up a fight, you know. Breezango might do their little skit in the ring, and kind of get underneath the Bludgeon Brothers' skin and kind of psych them out a little bit with their cheesy, campy comedy. But other than that, the Bludgeon Brothers are going to overcome that, and they're going to destroy Breezango. Bludgeon Brothers are going to win easily, and this is my prediction for this. I think the Bludgeon Brothers are going to be the next in line to challenge for the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championships. And I will explain to you who I think they're going to go up against in just a little bit. Bludgeon Brothers are going to beat Breezango at Clash of Champions. Charlotte Flair versus Natalya for the SmackDown Live Women's Championship. I couldn't give one single fuck about this match, ever. I just don't. They gave the championship to Charlotte because they wanted to feed off the entire publicity of Ric Flair's ESPN special. So Charlotte is the best in her division, thus she should be champion. But WWE went ahead and gave her the championship based on the ESPN special. Does she belong as champion? Yes. Natalya was a boring champion. Natalya didn't do anything with the championship at all. Natalya was given that championship as a token of gratification or a token of, hard work. That's it. That's the only reason why she got the title. She did nothing with it. She was a very boring champion. Nobody came out to see Natalya defend the title. So you knew when that reign was going to end, and it needed to end very fast. Just as soon as she won the title, that reign was over. I just found absolutely nothing remotely interesting about Natalya as the women's champion of SmackDown Live. Now we got the Riot Squad. Here. And I am completely zoned out. I'm tuned out from both Raw and SmackDown with the Riot Squad and Absolution. Both. I can't stand what they're doing. This is a complete mess. This is a complete mess for WWE. And something I know for a fact, there's no possible way that WWE thought this through. Why would you pair a punk rock gimmick in Ruby Riott with Liv Morgan, who's bubbly and eccentric, and then pair them with a southern accent speaking female, someone who hunts pigs and lives on a farm, quote unquote, in Sarah Logan? It makes absolutely no sense. There's no similarities between anybody in the Riot Squad. None. They would have been much better off coming in on their own. Ruby Riott, to me, was the only one who should have been demoted to SmackDown Live. Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan probably should have remained down in NXT until they got some traction underneath them. And I don't know what is with the accent with Sarah Logan. Same thing with Lana. Why does Lana have the accent? We see her on Total Divas speaking normal. Then on TV, she speaks with a Russian accent. Come on, man. Nobody's going to take Sarah Logan seriously with that accent. Speak normal like I am. It's cringe. And then the dialogue that they write for her while she speaks in that accent is even worse. It has done nothing for the women's division on SmackDown Live. Same thing with Absolution. You got Paige, who's dark and gothic, right? Then you got Barbie doll over there, Eva Marie 2.0 and Mandy Rose. And then you got the MMA fighter in Sonya Deville. I don't get the logic behind these two pairings. At least Absolution has somewhat of a direction. A little bit, just a teeny bit. With what they're doing with Asuka. They're stalking Asuka. Because it looks like Asuka is going to eventually meet Paige one-on-one. So at least they got some type of direction. But that was not known. That was not known when they came on in. That should have been their first thing. You want to talk about the women's revolution, right? I was the starter of the women's revolution. I started it all. And all everybody's talking about is Asuka. They should have been there with the number one priority to take out Asuka. And then work their way down the line with Sasha, Bayley, Alexa, But they just came in and they're all over the place. I don't understand what they're doing with these two factions. I am completely just zoned out. I've given up on caring at all. And now we have a lumberjack match between Charlotte and Natalya. I loathe lumberjack matches. I hate lumberjack matches because they always end in the same way. There is nothing different about every lumberjack match that you've ever seen. These two women are going to do what they do in the ring. It's probably going to go 10 minutes. The lumberjacks are going to get involved. And then Charlotte's going to end up winning based on some some weird, distraction or something having to do with the chaos that the Lumberjacks are going to cause on the outside. Do you really want to know the reason why I think the Lumberjack match is happening? This is the God honest truth. And I might not be too far off from this. I honestly think this Lumberjack match between these two is going to be a Kickstarter for the Women's Royal Rumble. Everybody in this match is going to get mixed in. It's going to be a big brawl in the ring because everybody likes the big, obligatory brawl from all the women in a Lumberjack match or the men, I think this is going to be the Kickstarter for a Royal Rumble match for the females in January. I hope I'm wrong because I don't have any interest in seeing a Women's Royal Rumble match at all. But I do think that this is going to be a Kickstarter for that. SmackDown's going to start it. Raw's going to be on board. And then we're going to get a Women's Royal Rumble match in January. I hope to God I'm wrong about this. But I just sense that that's where WWE is going to go with this. Who do I think is going to win? I don't see any reason at all to take the belt off of Charlotte Flair. Charlotte is going to beat Natalya, and I'm sticking with my prediction about the Lumberjacks kickstarting a females Royal Rumble in January. Baron Corbin versus Bobby Roode versus Dolph Ziggler. I do have some news on... actually, you know what? Before we do that, let's backtrack just a little bit. We're going to go back to the women. Charlotte versus Natalya. I got some rumors here about how the ending of the match happens. 3 rumors going around right now about how the match will end at Clash of Champions. Number 1, Charlotte retains the title but is beat down after the match by the Riot Squad. Carmella, who was already at ringside for the match, uses the opportunity to cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase to become champion. That would be the direction that WWE would go if they want the title of Charlotte. I don't think so. Charlotte Flair retains the title against Natalya, ending their feud. The Lumberjack match turns into a giant fight with all the women from SmackDown fighting on the outside. No cash-in or anything significant would happen. The women's division fighting each other would be a big tease for the Women's Royal Rumble match next month. That is my prediction there. The Riot Squad would end up costing Charlotte the title. This would mean Natalya would be leaving as champion. This would continue the Charlotte versus Riot Squad feud, but would also put the title back on Natalya. I don't think that will happen, but it's always a possibility. I'm going with pick number 2 there. I think everybody is going to end up fighting each other, and it's going to be a big tease for the Royal Rumble. Moving on, again, Baron Corbin versus Bobby Roode versus Dolph Ziggler. I really don't give a shit about this match. WWE, I didn't put it past them. I gave them 2 months to make me not care about Bobby Roode, and here I am not caring about Bobby Roode on the main roster. Baron Corbin is the United States champion. He's been the United States champion for about 70 days. Dolph Ziggler's in this match for God knows what reason. I think WWE just wanted to get everybody on the SmackDown roster one last hoorah for 2017. There's no reason for him to be there. He lost his matches to Bobby Roode. There's nothing that he's done that, that warrants a deserved shot at the United States Championship. He's just there pretty much to take the pin. That's my prediction on that. Bobby Roode is going to become the new United States Champion by pinning Dolph Ziggler. And what I think is going to happen is Baron Corbin's going to lobby for a rematch because he wasn't pinned. He didn't lose his championship directly in a one-on-one situation. He's going to feel slighted and cheated. Bobby Roode's going to pin Dolph Ziggler to become the new United States Champion, which I think is the right move. Bobby Roode as the United States Champion would be a nice little starter for him before they catapult him into the main event scene, because what I think is going to happen is, I'm sticking with my guns here, and I'll talk about that when we get to the WWE Championship match. I think Bobby Roode's going to be a world title contender in 2018 and hopefully turn heel. But right now, for the time being, the United States Championship with Bobby Roode seems to be the best decision possible, not only for him, but for the entire brand of SmackDown Live. Bobby Roode's going to pin Dolph Ziggler to become the new United States Champion, and then we're going to get a one-on-one match at the Royal Rumble between Baron Corbin and Bobby Roode, because, like I said, Baron Corbin felt slighted and did not lose the title or didn't have his shoulders pinned to the mat. That's what I think is going to happen. Bobby Roode is going to be your new United States Champion. As far as Dolph Ziggler goes, I don't know if you guys heard his segment on the Edge and Christian podcast. He said that he might have to be stepping away. And I think Dolph Ziggler right now is going to step away. You just look at Dolph Ziggler when he comes out on television. He doesn't care. I mentioned this on SmackDown. I poked fun at it, but, it's there right in front of your eyes. He came out chewing his bubble gum. He had an absolutely I don't give a shit attitude. His hair looked fucking burnt out. right? Someone just ironed the fuck out of his hair. He didn't give a shit what he looked like. He came there to do his job, and then he went home. He just didn't care. Dolph Ziggler actually said he's having more fun at the house shows because he gets to do what he loves to do more than being confined to television tapings. He's been saying him and Bobby Roode have been killing it at the house shows. They've been given 20, 25 minutes to go out there and fucking tear the house down. That's what he wants to do. That's what he wants to do. And he said it openly on the podcast that they know how good he is. They know how good he is. They're using him to get the NXT guys over. They did it with Corbin. They did it with Nakamura. They did it with Rude. Dolph Ziggler has been there at every given moment to put all the new guys coming up from NXT over. But did it really work? No, it didn't work. Because they didn't do anything with Baron Corbin. They didn't do anything with Shinsuke Nakamura. And they didn't do anything with Bobby Roode. So what does that do to Dolph Ziggler? It gives him an L. It gives him a loss in every situation. How serious are the fans going to perceive Dolph Ziggler? How serious are the fans going to take Dolph Ziggler if all he does is lose? At some point, he's going to have to win. But all he does is lose. In every situation they put him in, he's destined for a loss. How is anybody going to take him seriously? And those losses have amounted over time. It's to a point now where he feels that even a win is not going to do anything for him because of so much losses that he suffered. And you gotta sit there and agree with him. Going away from WWE right now and going on the independents and making your money and being your own man and, killing it on the independents is the best way to go. That's what you have to do. A separation of marriage here from Dolph Ziggler and WWE is the best thing. He's only 34, 35 years old. Who's to say he's not going to come back to the WWE again? Why wouldn't they want him back? Even at 37, 38, Dolph Ziggler is still going to be one of the best in the company if he does come back. He's going to prove his name on the independents. He's going to build a resume for himself. He's going to make himself look a little bit better. He's going to turn all this bullshit around, and he's going to make himself into a winner. And when he comes back to the WWE, he will have all that success just wrapped into one big ball, and he's going to present that to the WWE. Now take me seriously. Maybe they'll look at me in a different light when I win a Ring of Honor World Championship, or I win an IWGP Intercontinental Championship, or an IWGP United States Championship. Whatever. That's what they need to do with Dolph Ziggler. Or that's what Dolph Ziggler needs to do for himself. I think Dolph Ziggler needs to go away from WWE because everything that has accumulated with him negatively with WWE is going to work in his favor on the independents. And then when he comes back, it's going to be better for Dolph. So I think Baron Corbin is going to lose the U.S. title on Sunday by not even being pinned. Bobby Roode's going to pin Dolph Ziggler, and he's become the United States champion. I think Baron Corbin's going to get his rematch with Bobby Roode at the Royal Rumble. The Usos, Jimmy and Jay, the best tag team in all of WWE still. Defending the titles against the New Day, Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable, and Rusev and Aiden English. This was supposed to be Benjamin and Gable versus the Usos. Boy, how that changed. The only reason why I can think that WWE added these two other teams in there is because they're not completely behind Benjamin and Gable. For what reason, I don't know. Maybe it's just fan reception. Maybe the fans haven't warmed up to them a little bit. Maybe the fans think that they're too boring. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I like them. I think they're great. But maybe the fans think otherwise, and maybe WWE picked up on that. So they added the New Day. They made it a triple threat match. They added some spark to that match. You got the Usos and the New Day. They've been having the best feud on all of SmackDown Live all year. So that added some nice little drama to that match. Will the New Day win the tag team championships again? Will they upset the Usos again at Clash of Champions? And then you got Benjamin and Gable. Then WWE went a step further and added Rusev and Aiden English, who have wins over the Usos and the New Day in back-to-back weeks. And Rusev and Aiden English have been more entertaining than they've ever been on SmackDown Live. And I'll raise my hand. I'll be the first to tell you, I didn't like Aiden English. When Simon Gotch was gone from WWE and they started pushing Aiden English, I'm like, why is this guy on my TV? Why are they pushing this guy in this whole singing opera gimmick? Why is he getting wins over Sami Zayn on SmackDown Live? I didn't want Aiden English on my TV. Rusev was off TV. He was battling a shoulder injury. He came back, and they didn't do anything with him. Flag match with John Cena, 9-second loss to Randy Orton at SummerSlam. This guy was seemingly on his way out of the WWE. Rumors about him walking away. Then all of a sudden, they pair these two guys together, and it's like the odd couple. Rusev, the Bulgarian brute, the monster who wants to destroy everybody, the evil foreigner. Now Rusev has come into his own and has shown you a side of him that everybody wants to see more of. And I'm not sure if that is because Rusev is on Total Divas and he gets to be a little bit more of himself and he's a little bit more open, and that's translating to television. So he's gone away from the serious, I'm the evil foreigner. I don't know what it is. But whatever Rusev is doing, it's working and it's catching on with the fans. Do you want to know why it's catching on with the fans? Because that's the real Rusev. People want to see realism. People don't want to see this hokey bullshit at all. If the fans know that what they're seeing is genuine and they know that, they're going to gravitate towards that. And you put Aiden English with that, and he's been entertaining and he's been funny and he's been getting, the crowds to laugh and smile and get underneath him. That's a good pairing. It's the odd couple, but it's a good pairing. I don't think they're going to win the tag team titles. I wouldn't put the tag team titles on them. But to see these guys rise from where they were, both, is a great thing to see. It really is a great thing to see. How much stock WWE is putting in them, I don't know. I really don't know. Time will tell. But from the crowd reactions and the Rusev Day and the hashtags and the videos that are made on Rusev for Rusev Day, and I went on WWEshop.com just a couple days ago, top sellers, Rusev Day t-shirt is in the top sellers. I seen that right next to Roman Reigns merchandise. So something is working here with these guys. Something that I hope will pay off eventually in the future. But what I see happening here is I don't think it's the time to take the titles off the Usos yet. They are still the best tag team in all of WWE. And by that account, they deserve to be champions. There has been nobody better than the Usos. Why would you ever take the tag team championships off the Usos? For what reason? To give the New Day another token title run to add to their resume? Why do that? Why stop something that is already good? Why stop the momentum of the Usos after that great match they had with the Bar? Why? Makes no sense to me. Usos are going to win this match and retain the tag team championships. Now, where does that come into play? This is what I'm thinking long term. If you have anybody else win this match, the New Day, if you have Benjamin and Gable, even if you have Rusev and Aiden English, right? Fine. They become tag team champions. But who do you think is next in line for the tag team championships? It's going to be the Bludgeon Brothers. What team out of all four of these teams match up better with Harper and Rowan? The Usos. You know they had wars back in the day. You know that the Usos and the Wyatts had a war back in the day. I don't recall what pay-per-view they had, but I know that they put on great fucking tag team matches. Can you imagine what they are going to do now with the Usos? Now, with their new gimmick? The heel Usos versus the Bludgeon Brothers, and the matches that those two teams can have now in 2018? That's what I'm looking forward to. That's what I think is going to make the Bludgeon Brothers even more better than they are now. Getting a win over the Usos would be a huge feather in the cap for both Harper and Rowan. That's what I think is the best situation. A win over the New Day? Win over Benjamin and Gable? Rusev and Aiden English? You got that babyface and heel dynamic, but I really don't give a shit about that. I just want to see two teams beat the shit out of each other. The Usos, they're heel, right? I'm still really on the fence about calling them babyfaces. They're still heel to me. Their entire demeanor is heel. But Harper and Rowan, it would be like the Bar versus the Usos at Survivor Series. It's the same thing, Bludgeon Brothers versus the Usos at Royal Rumble. The match itself is going to get over. The work rate that these two teams are going to do in the ring is going to get the match over. By the end, you're probably going to be like, well, I don't give a fuck who's, who these teams are. I just want to see a good wrestling match, and I want to go crazy for a good wrestling match. I think that's the ultimate match you're going to build towards, and I think the Bludgeon Brothers beating the Usos is going to be a bigger feather in their cap than anything. That's why I think the Usos are going to win this match. Plus, I don't think you should stop their momentum at all. There's no reason why you should take the titles off the Usos to begin with. AJ Styles versus Jinder Mahal versus nobody. The Singh Brothers. Might as well, it's AJ Styles versus Jinder Mahal and the Singh Brothers. That's what it's going to be. AJ Styles defending the WWE Championship. Jinder Mahal, you guys know I loathe Jinder Mahal. I do have news here on Jinder Mahal. Jinder Mahal was recently asked about what he thought when his plans with Brock Lesnar at Survivor Series were canceled. So early in November, it was expected that Jinder Mahal would be taking on Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship. Thank God it did not. However, that match never came to fruition. Last month's Survivor Series pay-per-view was angled around Raw vs. SmackDown. That would see each brand's champions taking on the others. That should be for Clash of Champions and not Survivor Series. That was my original concept for my Clash of Champions. Raw vs. SmackDown champions. That's what I would do. And WWE would have to position their champions in their roster throughout the year to ultimately get to Clash of Champions. But that might be too creatively difficult for these goons working over at Stamford, Connecticut. But that's my logical way to book Clash of Champions. But WWE opted to make Survivor Series that every year now with the brand split. The WWE Champion initially was Jinder Mahal. And he would be slated to take on the Universal Champion Brock Lesnar. Unfortunately, for the modern day, I have to do it. I just have to do it.
The make-believe Maharaja!
He would go on to lose his WWE title and his opportunity at slaying the Beast. Mahal lost the WWE title during a SmackDown live taping in Manchester in the midst of WWE's European tour. Styles would then go on to fight Lesnar at Survivor Series, which was one of the best matches of the year. And was defeated by putting up a heck of a fight. Recently, Mahal did an interview with Wrestling Inc. to talk about a variety of professional wrestling topics and was asked about losing out on the opportunity to fight Lesnar. Mahal revealed that he found out about everything the same night in Manchester that he'd lose the title. I found out the day of when we got to Manchester. To be honest, I was a little disappointed. I was looking forward to that match. But I know that match is going to happen sometime in the future, and it is up to me to make sure that it happens. And I'm going to make sure that it happens. Either, as I said earlier, there are two ways you can take it. You can either say you're going to make it happen or write and do whatever it takes to get there. Or you can power out, or you can pour out boo-hoo and blame someone else. But what is meant to be was meant to be, and it will be. And I'm going to make sure that it becomes a reality. Now, I think that ship has sailed, and I don't think Brock Lesnar would have any interest in fighting Jinder Mahal, and I don't think anybody listening or watching to the product would have any interest in seeing that match to begin with at all. So I think Jinder Mahal is beating a dead horse. I think Jinder Mahal has a pipe dream of fighting Brock Lesnar. I don't think it's going to happen. There is no money in that match. There's absolutely no draw in that match whatsoever. That's why WWE went with AJ Styles. If they thought it was a draw, they would have made it happen. If not, they got rid of it. And so be it. They did. So that is Jinder Mahal on his finding out about him not fighting Brock Lesnar at the Survivor Series. Now, as far as this match goes, honestly, I'm going to keep it very simple here. You guys know how I loathe Jinder Mahal and his title reign. I think his title reign was detrimental, was a huge mistake to the WWE Championship. I think it killed most of SmackDown Live for the majority of 2017. There is no way that WWE, there is no way that these idiots over at Stamford Titan Tower think that Jinder Mahal being the WWE champion, again, is a good business move. Nobody, absolutely nobody, wants to see Jinder Mahal defeat AJ Styles. WWE is in their mindset now where WrestleMania, the card for WrestleMania went from thought, and now we're going into January. The card for WrestleMania is already being written in pencil, okay? And then as we get done with the Royal Rumble and we get through the Elimination Chamber, then it's going to be written in permanent marker, okay? There's no way that a good business move would be to put the title back on Jinder Mahal. That makes the road to WrestleMania that much worse. I don't know what you do with Jinder Mahal. I don't. To be brutally honest with you, Bobby Roode's still a babyface. Have Jinder Mahal challenge for the United States Championship at WrestleMania against Bobby Roode. That's what I would do. I've been saying this for months. That's his perfect role. Have him take the belt and have him hold the United States Championship hostage. That's what I would do. He wants to play the evil foreigner. There's no better way for Jinder Mahal to play his character than with that title. So be it. Then Bobby Roode after that. Bobby Roode would be a perfect candidate to challenge whomever the WWE champion is after WrestleMania. AJ Styles and Shinsuke Nakamura is your WWE Championship match for WrestleMania. If WWE does not deliver on that, they will be missing the boat and they will be making a huge mistake already in 2018. AJ not only should win this match, if WWE has any fucking brains whatsoever, will win this match. That's what I think should happen. AJ is going to win this match. Nakamura is going to win the Royal Rumble because Raw has the Elimination Chamber, and that's probably going to go to Roman Reigns. AJ is going to win the title here, or retain the title at Clash of Champions. Whomever he fights at the Royal Rumble, I don't know. Nor do I care. All I know for a fact is that AJ Styles right now is your permanent WWE champion. There should be no other thought about it. He gets into WrestleMania as champion. Nakamura wins the Royal Rumble. I know how Vince McMahon is probably cringing over the fact that a Japanese guy in Nakamura is going to win the Royal Rumble, but it makes sense. After what you did to him all year, having him win the Royal Rumble would be a good starting point to get him back to where he should have been. Nakamura wins the Royal Rumble. Styles versus Nakamura at WrestleMania for the WWE Championship. No other way about it. The simplest road to take. Do it. Do it. Bobby Roode wins the United States Championship on this show. He remains United States Champion going into WrestleMania. You bump Jinder down a spot to the mid-card and you have him challenge Bobby Roode for the United States Championship at WrestleMania. You have him win the United States Championship at WrestleMania. Coming out of WrestleMania, on the SmackDown after WrestleMania, who is Shinsuke Nakamura's first opponent? You pick up and relive that great feud from NXT. Nakamura, Bobby Roode, and that's when you turn Bobby Roode heel. That's when you turn Bobby Roode heel. And then through 2018 rather, you're going to have Nakamura, Bobby Roode, and AJ Styles battling over the WWE Championship. That's my prediction. That's what I think is best for business. That's what I think is best for SmackDown. And if you want to add somebody else in there, so be it. But those are going to be the three big guys in 2018. That's what I see happening. AJ Styles is going to retain the WWE Championship against Jinder Mahal. That is the right move. I don't want to hear anybody's complaints. You know that I am right, and that's what needs to happen. Bobby Roode versus Jinder Mahal, I could easily see as being a match at WrestleMania. I just booked WWE's next couple of months for both titles. Pay me. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. But I think that's what is best for business. And in the main event, or what I'm assuming is the main event here on the show, Randy Orton, Shinsuke Nakamura versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. The winner here, or actually the losers, if Owens and Zayn lose, they are not only fired from SmackDown, but they are fired from WWE in general. Shane McMahon announced himself as a special guest referee. Daniel Bryan, as of the Go Home show, has announced himself as the special guest referee for this show. So we have two special guest referees. I do have news. We'll start off with one interesting piece of information. As you guys might have seen, Randy Orton is altering his look a little bit. JD, why does Randy Orton have hair? I didn't know. I thought he was getting ready for a movie role. I had no fucking idea. But this morning, I found news and notes on why Randy Orton has been growing his hair out. Over the past several weeks, WWE Universe has noticed that Randy Orton has grown his hair out. A lot of fans might think that the change isn't important, but there's a reason why the Viper has been growing his hair out. It's been reported that Orton underwent a hair transplant last summer. Apparently, he's kept his hair short over the years because it's been difficult for him to grow his hair out. But recently, the surgery changed that. Randy Orton isn't the only superstar who has undergone this surgery. Chris Masters became the first WWE superstar to acknowledge going through the procedure, but John Cena is the biggest name who's admitted to the hair transplant. Cena has told everybody that he had, and he was told to undergo the procedure to help his look on a mainstream level since his Hollywood career has gained steam. Orton is the latest to grow his hair back after the surgery. The WWE Universe hasn't seen Randy Orton with real hair since his Legend Killer days, which I still think is the best Randy Orton. But his decision to grow his hair back out could be just one of first many changes he'll be making to his look. It's going to be a small adjustment for the WWE Universe to see Orton with a new look, but he's likely going to keep his hair for some time after so many years of the same appearance and after he underwent surgery to get it. I don't think the hair is going to make me think differently about Randy Orton. It is what it is, man. He wanted hair. The guy wanted some hair on his head. So be it. He got it. As far as Daniel Bryan's role at WrestleMania, might be against Shane McMahon. We don't even know yet. Daniel Bryan's role at Clash of Champions. So we know that Daniel Bryan is the second guest referee, probably be manning the outside as Shane McMahon handles the duties on the inside. Daniel Bryan might have been given a little clearance to get in the middle of a little bit of physicality this weekend. Now, we don't know that for sure. We don't know that for sure. A lot of people are insinuating that Daniel Bryan is about to be cleared by WWE for a possible match at WrestleMania. All signs point to dissension between Shane and Daniel Bryan in what might be a match at WrestleMania. We don't know yet. This Sunday could answer a lot of those questions. This Sunday could answer a lot of those questions. If Daniel Bryan takes a bump, if he takes a bump on the canvas, if he has a punch thrown at him, or if he throws punches, or he takes any type of bump, any type of physicality, then those rumors lend to be a little bit more true. If there's no physicality at all, I know WWE will not clear Daniel Bryan before WrestleMania. I'm just under the impression that WWE will not clear Daniel Bryan, period, before WrestleMania. That's my opinion on that. I think it's going to come down to, a very last-minute thing. I think Daniel Bryan's contract running out is going to force WWE to clear him because they don't want him to go anywhere else. That's my opinion on that. I don't think they'll clear him for WrestleMania. I just don't see it. If they do, I'd be shocked. But it was announced on the Go Home show that Bryan will be serving as the second guest referee for this tag team match between Owens, Zayn, Orton, and Nakamura. The match will go down at Clash of Champions, and Shane McMahon is going to be the main official. The angle all began when Owens formed the feud with McMahon, which led to their meeting inside Hell in a Cell earlier this year. When it looked like McMahon had won the match, Sami Zayn turned heel and moved Owens out of the way and helped his best friend. Owens was able to pin McMahon for the win. Since then, McMahon has made Zayn and Lives on SmackDown living hell and has put them through difficult tasks on Tuesday nights. Bryan has been assisting Zayn and Owens as much as he can to avoid the pair getting fired because Daniel Bryan is a general manager and he has the roster in mind. Why do you want to fire two of the most promising talents on the brand just for your own agenda? That's his reason. His first reason was, I don't want them to go to Raw. So Shane McMahon is using his power now to, become the special guest referee, and he's going to ensure that they lose. And he stated that even if they do lose, they're not only going to be fired, they're not going to be able to go to Raw, they're going to be fired from WWE. So there's been speculation that Bryan could get cleared to compete for WWE again in a possible feud with Shane McMahon as a sort of a test run at WrestleMania. It will be interesting to see how physical WWE allows Daniel Bryan to get. Like I said, if there's any bit of physicality, a punch, a flat back, fall on the mat, something, then we could start talking. And I know rumors are going to be fucking rampant on Twitter and on social media and on the internet that WWE is going to get ready to clear Daniel Bryan for WrestleMania. But if there's nothing happening, if Daniel Bryan remains out of it and he doesn't get any physicality, then I don't think he's going to be cleared at all. So it's going to be very interesting. There's going to be one thing to pick up on this weekend for Clash of Champions. Randy Orton and Shinsuke Nakamura versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. I envision something along the lines of Shane McMahon getting involved, or Shane McMahon taking a bump like he usually does, and Daniel Bryan's going to be forced to make the pin, and he's going to pin the fall in favor of Owens and Zayn. I see something along those lines there. Maybe a scuffle between Bryan and Shane McMahon during the match over something, that one or the other doesn't agree on. Like I said, maybe Shane McMahon takes a bump and Bryan has to come in and be the main official because Shane McMahon is incapable of making the 3 count. Something along those lines. There's going to be some fuckery in this match, pretty much. And that's how Zayn and Owens are going to win this match. I don't see Orton and Nakamura winning this. I think Orton is going to be the one to take the pinfall. I would not pin Shinsuke Nakamura here because I think Shinsuke Nakamura is going to be set up for a big WrestleMania season. So I would not pin him, or I would prevent him from being pinned here. I think Orton taking a frog splash or a haluva kick or a pop-up powerbomb or something like that is the better route to go here. I think Randy Orton's going to be the one pinned. I think there's going to be some fuckery here with Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan. And I think Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens are going to win this match. Why do I think they're going to win this match? Because, and we will talk about this on tomorrow's show, WWE has this mixed match challenge on Facebook Live. Sami Zayn is already being advertised for that show on Facebook Live. A week after Clash of Champions, this same match is being advertised at WWE house shows with Daniel Bryan as the special guest referee. So, based on those two aspects alone, I don't see Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn losing this match. WWE seemingly gave away the winner of this match with the announcement of the Mixed Match Challenge on Facebook Live. Just want you guys to know that. And we'll talk about that on Sunday's episode. Owens and Zayn win. Shane McMahon and Daniel Bryan will continue to tease their dissension. Something's going to happen where Daniel Bryan's going to force Owens and Zayn to win, and that is my prediction for Clash of Champions. I don't think anything else is happening on this show. I think that pretty much is the bulk of Clash of Champions. And let me know what you guys think down below. And I said I didn't want to go over an hour, and here I am over an hour. So there you go. You know, I always say something, and I don't want something to happen, and it happens anyway. But that is your Clash of Champions predictions, man. If you guys enjoyed the video, let me know what you think down below. Thank you for continuing your support of Off the Script here for weekend 200 of the podcast. I am JD. Thank you guys so much. Hit that thumbs up. I'll see you guys tomorrow for Off the Script. And then, as you guys know, pay-per-view review for Clash of Champions immediately following the show on Sunday night. Thank you guys so much. Subscribe down below. Hit that bell for notifications. Follow me on Twitter at JDFROMNY206. Check out Audible. Visit Wrestle Rumble. Go get your t-shirts on Barbershop Window. If you guys feel the need to pledge, please, patreon.com/JDFROMNY206. And I will be back tomorrow for part 3 of Off the Script this weekend. I am JD. Thank you guys so much. And I'll see you guys right back here tomorrow morning for Off the Script 200, part number 3. I'll talk to you later.